Missladypetal today, and I tell you what, I'm giggling already. Today I got the biggest blessing in the mail. I received my letter journal back from group 58, which was an all-Australian letter journal group, and you girls are exactly the reason why I created the letter journal project. Oh my goodness, I'm still laughing. And I have to say, my theme was junk. Look, I think using scraps and stuff like that in your journals. But Yvonne, you have completely outdone yourself again. This is going to be a mash it up journal page. How gorgeous is that? You source the best serviettes. You can see a whole page developing out of that one thing. And I love it because that is very me. You know me better and better as time goes on, Yvonne. Wine and cheese, yes, I'm there, always. Particularly with all the different cheeses and the fruits and everything that go with it. I'm very much that kind of a cheese platter girl. One thing I did do in this letter journal was to actually ask them to write me letters, and like, look at some of the letters that they wrote me. Like, Lisa knows that I love her doodles, and she sent me some happy mail a long time ago now, but the envelope was just divine, and I actually made a whole journal page out of that envelope. And Christina didn't trust her own handwriting, so she typed me a gorgeous letter. And then Yvonne, love you Yvonne, very heartfelt letter and personal, and I just love I love the fact that you three just kind of poured out your hearts on the page. You told me some personal things about yourself, and you said some really nice things about me. I'm not going to read them out because they're personal, but I just love the fact that, hello puss, I'm going to be upstaged by the puss, although the camera is higher, so I just have to hold her up. So there, look, see the puss? She's always jumping up on my table to annoy me. So yes, my letter was all about using drop papers and jelly printed papers, and so I did things like that. I had a story, and I'll read you the story, and this is a really great idea for letter journals. Just get everyone to contribute to a story and then see what comes back to you. So I'll read you the story that we came up with. I started off. So one day Amelia was walking on the beach when she saw a strange object protruding from the sand. As she picked it up, she got a nasty shock. What she held should not be here in this world. How could something like this get here, she said to herself. Amelia carefully wrapped it up with her jumper and ran home to her husband, Boris. They made a cup of tea and placed it on the kitchen table, pondering what to do next when the doorbell rang. No, puss, don't drink my paint water. Do you ever have a problem with pussycats getting on your table and trying to drink your paint water? I do, all the time. Gosh. Chapter 4. Look what the cat's dragged in, said Boris. A desperate and bedraggled Tim Holtz stood in the doorway. Have you guys found a vial of this unicorn's blood? It's my new colour for August. Love that. Had no idea really where it was going because the first 3 chapters were all very descriptive. Yvonne, you finished that off brilliantly. So this was my page. Oh, there we go. I didn't realise I'd done this girl. She's a bit gorgeous, isn't she? I love her. Really pretty. All done. This is all done on scratch paper. I think this is Christina's page. I love anything with houses on it, and I love scratch paper houses. Yum yum. This is a collaboration page, and I'm loving the caterpillar on it, and it says, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve beauty. Maya Angelou. Love it. Love it. No, Puss, I'm going to have to put you off the table now because you cannot drink my paint water. Really, she's very persistent today. Love that page. Really great collaboration page. Some people wrote the sentiments, some people did backgrounds and added to my drop paper look and did painting. It just really turned out well. This was another collaboration page, so I drew the girl and left it and just said to everyone, how about you do something? So somebody added in, and I left a note there saying colour in the girl and show me what you can do. So somebody did the background, I think that was Yvonne, and added some colour to her face. And then somebody did dandelions and put sentiments and just doodled a little bit, and I just think that it did well. For my mind, I think I'm going to add a little bit to the girl. I have a yen to just colour her in just that little bit more, and I think that's fine. We just work on it as we do. This became like a girly girl kind of journal because Lisa's done a lovely, I actually love this girl by Lisa. She's new to doing girls, but I kind of love it. I just think you've used your crayons and Neo colours and stuff and worked well on your composition of the facial features, and she's really pretty and I like those colours. This is where all the letters were, and I did really big pockets, and that must have encouraged people to write really big letters, which I love, really love. And that I think is probably an example of a perfect letter journal. Oh, and I've got a doodle, so we'll see me use that. I love book doodles a lot. I don't have a lot of time to make them these days myself, so when people, if you want to send me doodles, because I would love to do a Mash It Up journal page showing everybody's doodles. There you go, that's a little bit of a shout out there, or a challenge. So if you want to send me some of your doodle art, I'm going to use it in a Mash It Up page, and I will name all the people that sent me doodles. And if you want to send me, if you've got a YouTube channel as well, I'll shout out your YouTube channel as well in that episode of Mash It Up. I am thinking about doing a shout out for channels that I watch, although lately I've been so busy that I haven't even been watching a lot of Gina and Claudia's channels. I watch them occasionally, but I find that the time that I would have normally been doing YouTube, I'm actually doing Mash It Up, or because I only have like my evenings free, so I still keep my teaching schedules up and I try and keep my YouTube commitments up, and I find then that I have less time to actually surf YouTube myself, which is unfortunate because there's so much good stuff out there. And recently I just participated in Love Summer Art, and what a great initiative that was. I think it will only get better and better and more and more clever about the way that we market art on YouTube. That's what the main focus of that group was, to market art on YouTube, arts and crafts on YouTube. And I like the idea that you can search for a hashtag and then come up with a whole heap of stuff. And I must say, a big boo-hoo to some of those channels that decided to hashtag old videos and not and try and get them up in there as well, because the whole idea of Love Summer Art was to actually create something new for that hashtag, for that little event that went for a couple of days. And I got onto it, even though it's winter in Australia right now and it's cold. And I'm not wearing a jumper because it's a little bit warmer today, but I'm going to Melbourne next week. So yeah, I'm taking lots of woolies to Melbourne because that's much further south and much closer to Antarctica. Just putting it mildly there. It's much colder, much wetter, and it snows there. Yeah. So I'm like in the middle of winter. So going from sunny Brisbane to cold, wet and windy Melbourne for work. So many of you know from my vlog last week that I had been made redundant from my previous job, and I had interviews scheduled. I'd been to the first one. I was called in for a second interview for that job, and then the day after that I was told that I was head and shoulders above all the other applicants and they wanted to hire me. And not only did they want to hire me, but they wanted to give me a nice big fat pay rise as well, compared to what I said I was prepared to start on and then work up to. They just went, no, we actually think you're good enough and we're going to pay you like a lot more, straight up. And then we're going to give you sales bonuses for your sales. And oh, and we want to fly you to Melbourne for a week for training. And I just got a series of emails yesterday with all my travel arrangements and everything booked. And I tell you what, this has got to be one of the friendliest companies, and I'm just going to shout out to them, Falshore Casters. They don't just do casters, but they manufacture them in Australia, but they also do manual handling equipment, and they do caster wheels for industry and health, and they do amazing stuff. But the thing that I want to say that I think is a hallmark of this company already is that I'm not even employed there yet, and yet they are setting aside time, all their top level managers, to spend time with me if I get lonely in the evenings. I mean, how nice is that? They've put me up in an apartment, which is gorgeous, I might add, and they're going to pick me up from the airport, drop me off, pick me up every day for training, and then if I'm lonely at night, they'll take me out to dinner and do stuff like that. I mean, I've never worked for another company that's that nice and that's that welcoming and friendly. And I believe that when lovely things like that happen to you in your life, you should shout out about it. So big shout out to Falshore. They are by far and large the nicest, some of the nicest business people I think I've ever met, and I cannot wait to start working for them next Monday. So I start next Monday. I'm in Melbourne until Thursday evening, and then I'm up at the inaugural office of Falshore in Brisbane on Friday, which is a reasonable distance from where I am. But I talked to them, and I was really honest. I said to them, look, you're a long way away from where I am. And also there is a lot of traffic jams going into Brisbane. I'm going the wrong way, you know, I'm going into the city, past the city, and the wrong way. And I said to them, you know, it's probably better if I start really early in the morning and then finish earlier. And they went, sure. And I was just amazed, because I said that in an interview, and I thought to myself, if I don't get the job, I'll know that they couldn't be inflexible or, you know, whatever. But they just took all that on board, and they actually said to me, one of the reasons, some of the pay, the additional money that we want to pay you is based on the fact that we know that it would be difficult for you to get here, and we know that you're going to have to sit in traffic for a while, and we want to compensate you for that. How nice is that? Like, I'm just over the moon, and I can see myself really enjoying my work with these people, because I said to them, one of the most important things for me is to actually enjoy and have laughter and fun in the workplace. Yes, you've got serious business of working, but to have fun and laughter, that's the most important thing, and to have like good work values. And they were looking for someone with my skills and experience, and they want them to stay there at least 5 years. And I'm like, woohoo, I'm your gal, because I'm looking for job security, because I've still got kids to put through school, and I really want to travel. So that's where I'm coming from with that one. Sorry, I just had to like blow my nose a little bit, so I'm back. But I am so much better this week, and you can hear me, I'm not nearly as nasally, and I even managed to get to music practice last night and sing without coughing while I was singing. I'm still got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of congestion in my chest, but after 2 rounds of antibiotics and a whole bunch of that stuff that helps to dissolve mucus in your body, I'm doing so much better than what I was. which is a relief, right? And I'm in my new studio, and I've just spent this week that I've had off before I start my new job. I have just spent working so hard on my art, trying to get stuff done, lots of journaling, Krazy Island style lessons filmed, and trying to get really ahead, because you know that when you start a new job that you work hard and fast for a while, and you need to give everything to that new job for a while. I've got my second module for my art therapy done, and I hope I do as well as my first. And you know what? I've received some really nice happy mail from some guys in Europe. It's put away in my happy mail stash at the moment, but I really appreciate it. And these are people that I haven't seen. If they've commented on my YouTube videos, then they are under a different name. Like, I'm Missladypetal, but they're under a different name, but they sign their personal names to their postcards and letters, and I love it. You know, I'm attracting a lot of some just beautiful human beings that appreciate what I'm saying online and what I'm doing online, and for that I'm supremely grateful, because I think after starting the art therapy course and understanding that I don't just do art for me, and it never was. I always had this really strong sense that I should share my journey with others and help them along in their journey for some reason. And I didn't know why, but the art therapy has really made it very clear to me that this is an avenue where I can make a difference with art. There's one thing to do fine art and make a beautiful difference in the world, but those artists that make it big internationally are few and far between, and it depends on what they do with that as to the impact that it has. And you still, with the internet, it's much better to get exposure these days, but the thought of me using art as a therapy tool and helping to nurture new artists and art journalists and stuff to help them heal, to help them work through things in their life that are holding them back from being who they want to be, or following things in their life, being a really great functioning human being, where they're held back by fears and by trauma and by values and opinions that may not be really positive for them, that oh look, isn't she gorgeous? She just comes up for love all the time and clearly upstages me whenever she's on, don't you, Miss Puss? I should do a Pussalicious YouTube channel, because I swear I have some funny videos of her doing particular things to a particular handbag. Get out of my paint water. Honestly, this cat loves paint water. Stop it, Puss. Stop it. So, so that thought to me, you know, because I'm in my early 40s, and I think to myself, I've had a good run of life, and I've had a good life, and I really want to give back something. And I can give back, and I've done charity projects. I'm working on projects with Rotary, and I'm supporting Destiny Rescue this year, and that is a great organisation that rescues girls out of the sex slave industry and human trafficking. And I just think all of those things, while I'm still raising my kids, and when I've got a house full of people at home, although no one's here at the moment, which is why I'm doing this right now, although most of my, when I start working for Falshaw, I'll either do these on the weekend or I'll do them at night, and it'll be a little bit different with all the background noises that you hear from my family. But what I have heard is that most of you like that, and that you have fun with it. And I think in video blogging, it is about being yourself. And, you know, sometimes a bit cheeky, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm really serious. Puss, get off my scanner. I swear this cat is like so enamored of my new studio, and she can't stop herself from just exploring all the time. And because it's open, I can't shut her out of my studio anymore. And you'll see in Mash It Up videos, oh look, you'll see in Mash It Up videos that she might just suddenly jump on the desk and like I have to throw her off because she's going to walk in paint. So I'm like, no, get off, get off. So there are such good things happening in my life right now, and I just want to share it with all of you. And I've had a tough time, but one of the things that I've been really clinging to is my faith and my belief that God has better things in store for me. And that's come true. It really has. The opportunities and the fun and the money and all of those things and my study, all of them are coming into alignment. And I can't tell you how excited I am about all of those things coming in, and they didn't all happen at once, and they don't. Sometimes we have expectations of things and they don't get fulfilled, and then we get really disappointed. And I guess I just want to encourage you in your struggles. If you're having struggles right now, or you've got things, have a look at yourself and think to yourself, what is it that I really want to do, and what do I need to do to help myself? Are there other people that can help me? How much work do I have to put in to achieve my goals? And what opportunities can come my way that I can say yes to, that are in line with where I want to see my life going? Because who thought that I'd be working for an aluminium wholesaler or a casters wholesaler, manufacturer and wholesaler? And for my mind, the job at the aluminium got me the job at the casters. My overall experience did, but that kind of cemented it because I had had a decent, strong experience in dealing with wholesale customers, and I've dealt with business-to-business relationships before in Supergeek, so I was able to do that. So I really encourage you to sit down and have a look at where you are now and what your situation is, where you want to be and what you need to get there. And then make a list of what you need to get there, and then start tackling that list one thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. And I can tell you that fear will cripple you. So if you have a fear of taking a risk or a chance, then address why you've got the fear and what's contributed to it. Is it past experience? Is it trauma? Is it people saying that you're not good enough? Is it you believing that? But think about it in terms of, well, is it life and death, and what do I really have to lose? Like, is that fear reasonable? What do I really have to lose? I had a lot to lose. I could have lost my house. I would have kept my family because I was determined to do that. But I could have lost my assets. But I ended up with my car paid out. I ended up with a refinance on my mortgage that was cheaper, much cheaper repayments. And now I'm earning much more. My husband and I are earning much more money than what we were before. And we can travel. And that has been something that's been on my bucket list for a while. And I am planning, this is coming up, I am planning a trip to the United States next year. I'm going to be visiting Gina Aarons, and watch this space for some exciting activities and opportunities that we have planned for our KIF family and Journaling Crazy Island style students when I'm in the States. Can you imagine that? Journaling Crazy Island style students and KIF members and people that follow me on this channel, what can I do when I go to the States? That is something that I would love to hear from you. I am planning on going to San Francisco and Las Vegas. I am thinking of other things, possibly meetups, possibly playtimes, possibly an art retreat. Think about it, people. It could be very exciting. And I tell you now, it's the sign of things to come. It really is the sign of things to come. I would love to visit some of my KIF family members around the world over the next few years. This is not a short-term goal, this is a long-term goal. And I would love to meet some of my favourite artists. I've already gone down and spent some time with Jane Davenport. I would love to get to a Pauline Agnew retreat like Gina manages to, but she doesn't come to Australia, so I have to go to her, I think, at some point. I would love to meet Tamara Laporte, and whisper, whisper, there is a whisper that she may be coming to Australia next year. I have met Lemore Webber. I would love to meet some artists that I love, and I would like to work with them. And that is something that I'm going to pursue. And I've said to my husband, do you want to come to the States with me? And he's gone, I think so. Let's do something together. And let's not bring the children. But we are planning a holiday with the kids sometime before the end of the year, when we have some public holidays and things like that. But definitely have some travel plans for next year. And I will talk more, as at the moment it's just plans. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing concrete. But there are some amazing ideas that we are throwing around at the moment. And I would love, love, love to hear any suggestions about great places to go or things to do, or wishes you'd like. If you would be interested in coming on an art retreat somewhere where you would have Gina, Claudia and I as your teachers live, think about it. What would you do? What would you pay? What would you be prepared to, how would you be prepared to travel? I'm coming from Australia, so I'm there. So just think about these things, and if you want to just give me some comments on my channel, send me an email, chat to me online. I would love to hear all of them, because I'm the firm believer that many heads are better than one, or two, or three. And I'm so excited about the future. And I think you should be too. So learn something new today. It keeps you young. I don't know if I'm looking young right now, but I love my funky new hairstyle. And I like my nails. I'm into getting my nails done again at the moment. I go through phases with that. And you'll be able to see my nails as I do my tutorials, because of course every 3 weeks or so I'll get new nails, and you'll be able to see them in my Mash It Up journals and my JKIS lessons. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks for listening to me. It's been a while, so I thought that I would sit down and have a really great chat with you all. And I love you all. Thank you to all those new subscribers that have subscribed to me recently with the Love Summer Art thing. Welcome to you all to my channel, and I can't wait to hear from you all. Ciao for now. Have a great day.